Podcast 2, Week 4. Welcome to the podcast, Your Pregnancy Week by Week. This podcast covers the 40 weeks of pregnancy in 38 segments and is based on the book Your Pregnancy Week by Week by Dr. Glade Curtis, MD, and me, Judith Schuler, MS. The information in our books and podcasts is a general informative guide about pregnancy. None of the information we provide is intended to replace, countermand, or conflict with the advice given to you by your own doctor. Always follow his or her advice. Use the information you learn here as a starting place in your dialogue to help you put your pregnancy concerns, questions, or interests into words. The goal of every pregnancy is a healthy mom and a healthy baby. To that end, our podcasts cover many topics. In each weekly podcast, we'll highlight information contained in the same weekly discussion in our book. We suggest you read each weekly chapter to learn further information, such as how baby is growing and changing and how you're growing and changing too. Our book also contains illustrations of changes in baby or you, advice for dads, charts, lists, boxes, an exercise for every week, a comprehensive glossary, hints, tips, snippets, and blurbs we just can't reproduce in a podcast. So let's get started on this week's discussion. We're going to look at week 4. Many changes in your body can indicate you're pregnant. If you have one or more of the following symptoms and you might be pregnant, consider taking a home pregnancy test. Things to be on the lookout for include a missed period, nausea with or without vomiting, food aversions or food cravings, fatigue, frequent urination, breast changes or breast tenderness, new feelings in your pelvic area, or even a metallic taste in your mouth. What will you notice first? It's different for every woman. Best advice is to tune into your body so you'll notice any changes. Next up is, when is my baby due? This is determined from the first day of your last period. Your doctor will add 40 weeks to that date to come up with an approximate due date. Some medical experts suggest a due week, a 7-day window of time that falls between the 39th and 40th weeks of pregnancy. Because only 1 out of 20 women delivers on her actual due date, a 7-day period could help ease anxiety about when baby will be born. It's a fact of life. You're going to have to gain weight during pregnancy. Your weight gain can differ from someone else's. It can range from weight loss to a total gain of 50 pounds or more, so it's difficult to set one figure as an ideal amount of weight you should gain. Statistics show nearly 45% of all women gain more weight than they should. Women who do increase risk to themselves and baby. Aim to gain the amount of weight your doctor recommends. If you do, you'll probably have a healthier pregnancy. Don't diet, but do watch what you eat. If you're underweight, your doctor may want you to gain more weight and may suggest a higher calorie intake. If you're overweight or obese, you may need to gain very little weight. During pregnancy, nearly every parent worries about baby being perfect. Most parents worry unnecessarily. However, major birth defects do occur. Most of them occur during the first trimester, the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. A few substances may cause major defects at one point in pregnancy, but aren't harmful at other times. In addition, a substance may affect different women differently. A good example is alcohol. In some women, drinking a lot of alcohol seems to have little or no effect on baby. Other babies can be harmed by very low amounts of alcohol consumed by a pregnant woman. Always be careful about any substances you take. A good rule of thumb is, if your doctor hasn't told you it's okay, don't take it or use it until you check with him or her. You need to let your doctor know about any medications you take, herbs you use, supplements you take regularly, and other substances you eat, drink, smoke, or consume, or have consumed. Your doctor needs to know these things to develop a plan of care for you. Some substances may have little to no effect on you, but they could have a great effect on your baby. Every pregnant woman should choose foods for the nutrition they provide. Good nutrition usually goes along with a healthy pregnancy. It's a myth you can eat all you want during pregnancy. You need to pay attention to the types, amount, and nutrition in the foods you choose. To stay healthy during pregnancy, avoid empty-calorie foods with lots of sugar and fat like junk food or fast food. Pay attention to your meal plan every day during pregnancy. Now, you have to gain weight when you're pregnant, but you don't need to let yourself go and gain a lot of weight. Many years ago, back in the 1940s through the early 1970s, women weren't allowed to gain much weight. My mother, who was a normal weight woman, said she had to keep her weight gain to between 12 and 15 pounds for her entire pregnancy. Today, we know restricting weight gain to this extent is not healthy for you or baby. But you do need to pay attention to your weight gain. Gaining too much weight may increase pregnancy risks. Baby may be large. You might need a cesarean delivery. You could experience various problems related to gaining too much weight, and it could also affect your next pregnancy. And extra pounds after pregnancy contribute to a higher risk of problems for you. At your first prenatal visit, your doctor will give you a recommended weight gain range. From experience, including my own, it may be best to shoot for the lower weight in the range. Then if you gain a little extra, it may not have an impact on you or baby. If your environment is healthy, it'll be healthy for baby. Some environmental pollutants can be harmful to you both, so it's important to try to avoid exposure when possible. What are some of the culprits? Air pollution, lead, mercury, including methylmercury from eating fish, PCBs, and pesticides. Take care when you work or play around any of these pollutants. You don't need to panic about these subjects, but knowing about them can help you lessen your exposure to them. Taking care of yourself goes a long way during pregnancy. Get good prenatal care. Follow advice. Keep all your prenatal appointments. Talk to your doctor about any concerns you have and ask questions. Always call the office and ask someone knowledgeable if you want answers. You'll be able to relax more when you get answers from experts. Do you have fuzzy thinking, a mommy-to-be brain, momnesia? All these terms deal with the same condition, your ability or inability to concentrate during pregnancy. It's okay. Many pregnant women feel the same way. Get enough rest and sleep. Exercise for at least 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. Ask for help if you need it. Make lists. Relax and take it easy. It's all part of being pregnant. I'd like to give you a fish warning. Please don't eat more than 12 ounces of fish in any given week. That's 2 to 3 average servings. Why? It's because of methylmercury poisoning. We know it can pass from mom to baby. We hope by limiting your fish intake, it will limit baby's exposure to methylmercury. We'll discuss this further in podcast 24. Remember, our podcasts give you the highlights of what may be happening in any given week. Check our book, Your Pregnancy Week by Week, for more detailed information. You may also want to check out our book for partners, Your Pregnancy for the Father-to-Be. It covers pregnancy from a man's point of view and provides lots of valuable information a man may find very useful. If you want to find out more about our podcast, visit our website, yourpregnancyweekbyweek.com. If you're looking for something specific, check out the podcast topics list. It details topics covered in each podcast, so you can listen to a particular podcast or read a certain chapter week if you want more information, or if you want to check out something you missed or a topic we haven't covered yet.